Hi everyone, it's Lisa Mears. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a light up card using some lights from Pear Blossom Press and a stamp set from Pink and Main's brand new January release. So first let's take a look at Pink and Main's stamp set. This is called Reset. I love this stamp set. There are a few girls in here, one that's shopping, one that looks like she's having a spa day, one in a bubble bath, one that's reading a book. There's some nail polish and some sentiments that say, "You deserve a break, reset, take time, enjoy, breathe, and live, laugh, love, and high." And this is a perfect stamp set just to remind your friends to take some time for themselves. There are also coordinating dies available. And also from Pink and Main's recent release, I'm going to be bringing in this year-round Plaids paper pad. It has lots of beautiful plaid designs in this pad, and I'm going to be picking one of the pink plaid designs for my card today. And to make my card a light up card, I will be using the lights from Pear Blossom Press. I want to show you the different lights that they have. They have the Twinkle lights. This is a 2-pack. They come with the light unit. They come with a battery, and then each one of those light units has 3 lights on them that twinkle, and they also have just one light if you wanted just to purchase one. They also have this stamp set that you can use for the words such as push, pull, press, and you can stamp those words onto your card where the light is, and that will tell the recipient to press here or push here to activate the light. I went ahead and stamped out the nail polish stamps. I stamped out 5 of them, however, I do at the end add a 6th one off camera. And I wanted this card to have a lot of sparkle and shine, so I'm bringing in my scrapbook.com glitter brush pens, and I love these pens. These are brand new pens to scrapbook.com, and they're like a paintbrush. They have the watercolor ink inside, and they also have glitter inside. So you can't really see the glitter really well on the camera, but they do have a lot of glitter mixed in with that ink, and it is so pretty and sparkly. So I'm coming in with several different colors. I have a pink, a green, a blue, an orange, a yellow, and I'll also be bringing in a purple off camera. I did decide to add purple at the last minute. And I'm just coloring the whole bottom part of the nail polish with that glitter pen. And then I'm going to come in with my Zig markers. And for each nail polish bottle, I'm going to use the same color for the stars, but I'm actually picking a color that's a little bit darker than the glitter marker that I used. So here I have the pink with a darker pink for the stars, and then I'm going to do the same for the green one. So come in with a little bit of a darker green and color all of those stars. And I'm going to do the same for the blue, the orange, and the yellow. And I'll have all of these colors listed down in the description box of my YouTube video. So if you're interested in checking out the colors, check down there. I'll also have them listed on my blog, and there will be a coordinating blog post link in the description box of this YouTube video as well. And on the top of the nail polish bottle, I do color that little horizontal striped line in the same color as the nail polish bottle. And then for the rest of the top of the nail polish, I'm going to color it with a very light gray marker. It's actually called light gray, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the light gray on the left side, and then I'm going to use my blender marker just to blend that out. So it just has a little bit of a shaded gray look, and then it just blends out to white. And I'm going to do that for all of those nail polish bottles. So in addition to all of the colors that are going to be listed in my blog post and in the description box, I will have any supplies I used listed down there as well. And if you're interested in making a purchase, I always appreciate when you click on my links to make your purchase because it does help support me. But look at all that beautiful glitter and shine when I hold this on the light and up close to the camera. It just looks so sparkly and pretty. So here I have this cute little girl. She has the cucumbers on her face and she's dressed in her bathrobe and her bunny slippers. And I colored her cucumbers using my glitter brush, and then for her bathrobe I have to go with pink. So I'm going to be using the peach pink, and I'm also using the blender to blend that out. So adding the peach pink for the shadow and then using the blender to blend it out to a lighter pink. I think this little girl is super cute, especially with those bunny slippers that she has on her feet. You can see the little bunny ears. They're so stinking cute. So while I'm coloring this, I do want to let you know that Pink and Main did release a brand new release in January about a week ago. And if you haven't checked out that video, I will link it here at the top right hand corner of this video and in the description box below. There's lots of really neat stamps, dies. There's also some foilables. So if you're into using a mink machine with foiled panels, there's a lot of new products in this release. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so even her hair bow and her slippers and her tie for her bathrobe, I did color with the pink. So for her hair, I'm coloring my darkest brown. This is the mocha brown. I'm coloring it at the very top where her bow meets the hair, as well as on the very bottom where her ears meet her hair. And then I'm coming in with my next color brown, which is called brown, and just extending that brown color more towards the middle of each side of her hair. And then I'm using the blender to blend the brown on the top with the brown on the bottom so that they meet in the middle, and it will be a lighter color in the middle. I'm also going to use those same colors for this big bun on the top of her head. So I'm using the darker brown, the mocha brown, which is the mocha brown at the very bottom where her bun meets the bow. And then I'll come in with the brown and just extend that color upward. And then in all of that white space, I'm just going to use my blender marker just to blend that around and get a lighter color brown up at the very top. For her face, I'm using the mustard right at the top edge where her face meets her hairline. I'm going to use the same mustard color where her bathrobe meets her legs, as well as in her neckline. And then I'm going to come in with the flesh color marker and just bring that darker color downward, and also color a little bit of that flesh color all the way under where her chin is, but leave the center white of her face. And then I'll finish coloring up her neckline and extend a little bit down on her legs. And then I'm going to use the blender to blend those two colors together and then extend it out towards the center of her face, so her face is a little bit lighter towards the middle. And I'll do the same thing for her legs. I'm just going to drag that color down so that it meets where her slippers are. And just blend that out. I am coloring up her ears with those same skin tones, so the mustard and the flesh color. And her earrings I'll color with the peach pink, the same color as the bathrobe. And then I'm going to come in with my sugar almond pink and give her some rosy cheeks. So I'm just adding some of the sugar almond pink. This is a lighter pink than her bathrobe. And then I'm using the blender just to blend that a little bit better in with her skin. After coloring my images, I did die cut them with the coordinating dies, and I also die cut a piece of white cardstock using a stitched rectangle die from Pink and Main. And I am just arranging all of my nail polish bottles and the girl on this panel. I want to make sure that I leave some white space so that I can stamp out the Press Here stamp. I'm going to go ahead and take out my light panel, and where the button is, I just want to make sure I have enough space on that card panel to stamp out the stamp that says Press Here. So I will be putting that stamp in the lower left hand corner. of that card panel. So now that I know where all of the stamped images are going to be, I'll go ahead and glue all of them down to my card. Again, making sure that I leave that space in the lower left-hand corner for the stamp. So next I'll take that panel to my Misti and I'll stamp out the word press here in some black ink. Next, you need to decide where you want the lights to shine through. So I'm going to have my lights shine through a few of the stars that are on the nail polish bottles. So I'm just taking this little piercing tool and I'm just putting a little hole in one of the stars on the yellow nail polish, and I need to make sure that that hole, it goes all the way through to the back side, so it's through those double layers of cardstock. Now, if you wanted to, you can always poke the hole in the stamp before adhering it to the background panel, but I wanted to actually see where all of the stars fell on the final panel before deciding which star I wanted to use for the light. So I'm also going to put a little hole there in the orange star as well as the purple star on the bottom. Now, if you have a very small hole punch and you wanted to use a hole punch instead of doing it with one of these piercing tools, you can do that as well. Just make sure the hole goes through to the bottom layer of the cardstock. Now, just a little tip, if you are adding a bigger hole, you can always have a piece of vellum to soften it up to add over the hole, and then just tape the vellum on the back of the card. But my hole's very small, so I don't need to worry about the vellum. So this pack of Easy Lights has 2 light panels and 2 batteries. I'm just going to slide the battery into this little light panel, and you can line up the plus and the minus on there, and then you can see the 3 lights that extend with the blue and the red wires. So each blue and red wire leads to 1 light, so you'll have a total of 3 on this particular one. And then to the right of the battery is the button that you would press to turn those lights on. Okay, so I'm going to put some double-sided adhesive tape on the flat part of that light pack, and then I'm going to tape it down to the back side of this stamped panel, and I want to make sure that the button is lined up perfectly behind the press here stamp that I stamped on that panel. So once I have it where I want it, I'm just going to flip this panel over, and I'm going to use a pencil just to trace where that light is going to be on the back of that panel, and then I'll go ahead and remove the double-sided adhesive tape, and I will press that down to the card panel. And when I flip that over and press the button, you can see that the lights do turn on. Next, I need to line up the lights with the holes in the back of the cardstock. So I'm going to take one of the strings with the little light at the tip, and I'm going to place that light right at the hole opening. And I'm going to use my double-sided adhesive tape, and I will tape that wire down to the back of the card panel. I'll repeat the process with the next light. So I'm going to place the light at the hole on the back of the card panel and tape it down. And then using the last light, I'll do the same thing. So taking the light and lining it up with the hole on the back side and taping it down. Now I have to get all of those wires tucked in behind on that card panel, so I'm just going to kind of curl them up and tape them down. It doesn't matter where they are taped, you just want to make sure they're all on the back side of that card panel and not extending beyond the 4 edges of that piece of cardstock. Now you can't just glue this panel directly to the pattern paper because it's too thick, there's too much going on underneath it. So in order for this to lay flat on your card panel, you will need to use some thick double-sided adhesive foam and just outline that card panel that has all of the lights attached. So I'm just outlining it in a rectangular shape. And then I'm just going to fill in some of the empty areas just so that this will lay flat on that pattern paper. And as far as the pattern paper, I did cut that piece of pink plaid paper with a stitched rectangle die, and I'm going to go ahead and peel back all that adhesive backing and then add the white cardstock panel right in the center of the pink pattern paper. I did stamp out the word enjoy. I stamped it with some pink ink, and I'm going to put it at the bottom right hand corner of that rectangle. I am going to put a little piece of foam underneath on the edges that are extending beyond that white card panel just so that it does lay flat onto the card. Next, I'll add that to a white A2 size card base that's 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And this card is now complete. So now when I press the press here stamp, look at the lights light up those stars on the nail polish bottles. I think this is the cutest card. You can put a gift certificate in here to a spa to give to a friend or a loved one. This is so cute, and then look at when you press it, all of those little stars light up. So once again, if you are interested in any of these products in the video today, check the description box below, and I always appreciate when you use my links because it does help support me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like videos like this and want to see more, please click that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be notified when I release new videos. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.